Hello and welcome to the last game of day number 19 of StarLadder Season 6. This will be the fourth game of tonight and the last one as well. We will see Quantic taking on Empire, and of course with me are two people. I have got K-poptosis with me as the stat man for today. You won't hear him, you won't see him, but you'll see what he does. And what he does is giving you all sides of facts and inside information about the standings of this game. The one that you will hear is of course my co-caster, which is Vykromond for today. Welcome back.
It's great to be back, Sheever. I'm pretty excited about this game. Of course, this is our last game of the day, I believe.
Yep.
And it's been a pretty good day of Dota, frankly. Some slightly surprising games, but good games in general. We'll see what Empire have in store against DD, now Quantic, because of course this is a pretty strong team. And I see they're missing a lot of reserve time. What's the deal with that?
No, yes, this is mean. You're so mean. Because you read that and you know the answer.
Why don't you tell me?
Well, I will tell you. I was gonna come up with this all by myself, but I was gonna say, if you notice, Empire is missing a lot of bonus time. Quantic rather. Quantic is missing a lot of bonus time. The reason for that is that Goblack does not change his name and rather has the smiley face than his actual name, meaning 90 seconds less bonus time for Quantic in this game.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that that's why it was.
Good.
That's really funny. He's got so it's not a smile face, it's like a little Kirby, right?
Yeah,
Like
he was actually asked. I mean, we saw, I believe, Fancy or Shuska asking, hey, why do we have minus bonus time? And then admin says, because of Goblack's name, and then Goblack said, okay, let's go. So they go, and they pick up a Treant Protector, so they have got a hero that they really like. They also got the Nature's Prophet there, which is of course a hero that they also like. I mean, going all nature style and stuff. We've got the Darkseer, the Alchemist band out with the Wisp and the Batrider there as well, making the Gyrocopter make it through. Empire, they had the first pick, they picked that one up.
10 seconds remaining.
And I have to say, I'm a bit surprised about the Alchemist ban.
5 seconds remaining.
It's definitely interesting. There's the first ban, that Alchemist, but it is a well that Empire have been coming back to a little more recently. It does give that ability to ramp gold, and perhaps they just wanted to leave one extra really big hero up in the pool. So one thing that you can do with this is actually, sorry, did Quantic have the first ban? No, right?
No. Quantic have the first ban, first pick went to Empire.
Right, okay. So, yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely an interesting ban. Other interesting thing is, of course, the Treant Protector, the Quantic specialty hero, does sneak through, so Empire clearly feeling confident that they know how to handle that hero when DD or Quantic does pick it up in the first phase. But I think Goblack now 8-3 with this hero, so still a very commanding overall record. He is definitely the best pilot of Treant Protector among professional teams.
Yeah, and of course, one thing that was said yesterday or today in a tweet by Loda, I believe, is that something about seeing Funzy on his OD mid with a living armor on him made him want to quit Dota. So
it is pretty insane.
Yeah, Funzy, of course, playing that OD very strong as one of his signature heroes. We saw him playing it yesterday. Let's see if Empire gives them the chance to play it today as well. And by the way, I don't think Quantic is too sad that they're missing so much bonus time, because Empire is giving them plenty of time to think about this right now, as they are almost through their own bonus time, which they didn't get reducted seconds from.
That's interesting. Empire really taking some time. Of course, this new drafting style does make it so that that second pick is actually quite important, because depending on which hero you want, it might well not make it through that second set of 2 bans. So it's a much more important pick than it used to be, and I can totally see why it would hang up a team to sort of have to spend quite a bit of time deciding on it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we'll see if what Empire does, or Quantic. It's so confusing because, of course, Goblack used to be an Empire, so I'm kind of associating him with Empire still in my mind, and then saying Quantic and Empire. So it's very confusing. But Quantic bans out the Queen of Pain. Neither team has got their solo mid just yet, and there goes Empire's OD banned out by Empire. Quantic's OD banned out by...
So many mid bans.
Yeah, so many mid bans. Neither team has got theirs just yet, so it's all about that mid. We still have the puck in the pool, obviously. It's all about just which makes it through. I mean, we have the Magnus, we have the Dragon Knight. We've seen those two before.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of options to left. Storm Spirit. By the way, Life Stealer is completely ignored for now.
Yep. Something we've been seeing lately, although I think he could get taken second phase. This isn't a... The thing about Lifestealer here is that he's more likely... It's tough to say which team would want him more. The Gyrocopter, of course, already providing Empire a 1, so they would have to find the right way to lane both the Lifestealer and the Gyrocopter if they took it. Meanwhile, I actually don't think it fits that great into Quantic's lineup so far. It depends on their second support, but the major thing changed with Lifestealer is that he needs his supports to provide him the opportunity to use open wounds. It's much harder to actually use it himself without the assistance of supports. Treant doesn't give Lifestealer that easy opportunity to get the open wounds off, and so we could see him skate through this entire ban pick.
Yeah, and Quantic, they picked themselves up the Clockwork, so that would be another Lifestealer, well, killer kind of. Of course, I mean, you can still rage next to the cogs right now, though that's of course the in a way a buff that Lifestealer got, or the nerf that Clockwork got. But you can still lock him inside those cogs and he still can't move, so pretty solid, still a bit of a counter. And of course, regardless of pushing people out with those cogs, there's still something that you have to walk around if you want to try and chase something down, and that's also not going to be easy. We have a Leshrac pickup on the side of Empire, also still not revealing their solo mid pick. As we saw last game though, I mean, that's going to be in favor of the one that has the last pick, which is in this case Empire. They can just wait until Quantic has showed what they are going to be doing mid, and then just pick at least something that can stay alive against it, and maybe even a strong counter towards it. So we're probably going to see Empire playing a bit safe, holding onto their cards as long as they can, as we have a Silencer picked up by Quantic, which I think will be played as a support, as Goblack has used that one as support more than as a solo mid, but we'll see what they do with that.
Right now it still looks like a support role Silencer, more or less, which definitely means I don't think we're seeing Lifestealer, but Silencer quite strong against Empire's lineup here, especially if you can just leap into a fight and use the global silence and kill the Gyrocopter before you can even respond with Flak Cannon or Call Down. That's all that damage taken away in a flash. Lone Druid the pickup for Empire, so one of Light of Heaven's old signature heroes. We haven't seen that much of it lately, but it could happen. And the interesting thing is, yeah, this leaves so few mid options. Like, they're taking out heroes like Zeus now. That's how you can see just how few mids there are. It'll have to be with some of the Bottle Crow mids, I think. Like, there's still Dragon Knight, Brewmaster, Magnus. These are all still options.
Why are they taking out Zeus? Who are they gonna pick up that would be a counter? Who is Zeus a counter to? Pugna. Bit of... no, that's not true.
Not really, yeah.
Zeus
ban is definitely interesting. He doesn't really care about Treant Protector much, for one. And also, he can help against Nature's Prophet, because you can just tag the Prophet when he comes out. We'll have to see what they pick fifth, though, because, yeah, I agree, the Zeus ban is definitely statistically unusual.
Yeah, very unusual. We do also have, I mean... Actually, I think Silencer might be our solo mid that we are going to see here, because with the Treant as a support already, Clockwork probably on the off lane, we might even see Nature's Prophet mid. Or not. There's actually a lot of options there. They
have a lot
Luna.
of options.
They actually went,
even Luna can mid.
Yeah, we've seen Luna mid before as well.
So this is actually a DD pocket strat. I think it probably is the Luna mid, Silencer taking farm in the safe lane, because Luna mid with Treant Protector. So Luna mid by herself is kind of mediocre, simply because she has to stay close to the lane, like Gyro, so she's gankable, and she just doesn't bring that much to it, although she has high damage. But when you add Nature's... Sorry, what the hell? Living Armor, suddenly she can just dive whoever she's playing against. Very, very hard. And actually, because her HP isn't that great, maybe that's what the Zeus is about.
And I actually thought you were also going to say Nature's Prophet, because Nature's Prophet can just be there in a flash if she's in need of trouble. Beastmaster will be the hero that Empire will play mid, though. Not an easy one to go mid of, and you see that Quantic takes a long time before they pick up their hero, so not revealing yet until they absolutely have to where they are going to be putting what. That's of course a downside of knowing that Funzy is most likely going to be mid. You know what they're going to do with that, and Stroke's already picking up the Clockwork. That will be the offlane. Silent of course on Luna there still. Goblack will probably be playing that Treant Protector. And then you just have to see which one will be mid. Is it the Nature's Prophet or the Silencer? I'm actually thinking Silencer still, and indeed Funzy picks it up. So that will be a jungling Nature's Prophet.
That's what it looks like, and I really like this lineup, and in fact, it's kind of scary. Of course, Funzy being the silencer suggests that they may go with silencer mid after all with the Luna safe lane farm. So definitely a bunch of options. Silencer mid, of course, going to be able to do quite a bit of work as well if he has that living armor again to protect himself from any sort of harassment from Scandal's Beastmaster. It's
Ooh.
quite
Even series, Quantic and
fun.
Empire sitting on 4-4. One thing I want to ask you: did they make Nova darker?
Nova?
Yes. When the game is actually going on, you should see it better. I think they made it more black. Nova.
The hero or the Eclipse or
No, the Panther. Panther is
oh,
called
the
Nova.
Panther itself. I totally forgot that the Panther was called Nova. I'm so
That's why
sorry.
everybody says Nova.
I don't know. I just thought she really liked Novas. No.
You should see it. You should see it right now.
It does look darker. You're right. But that could be just now that you told me. Maybe I'm like noticing something that isn't there.
No, I saw it yesterday too. I think they did him dark. They made her darker. And Nova
Maybe.
is a lady cat, obviously.
Well, duh.
Yeah, Nova. Well, anyways, it is Quantic on the dire side, and a Goblak. We still know who he is, even though he has that smiley face. The reason that they got minus bonus time is, of course, that he doesn't have the name Goblak. It is Treant Protector, one of his signature heroes right now. Fucking mad. Will be on the Nature's Prophet for Quantic. We have Shoxka on the Clockwork. On the off lane, in the mid lane, we'll see Funzy taking up that silencer. Picked himself up a no talisman, got pulled to Tango. Should be okay also with living armor around the corner. And, of course, a possible TP in from fucking mad should it be needed. He can harass the Beastmaster quite a bit also with And the Last Word. And just the curse. I mean, everything will be annoying for the Beastmaster. And of course, last one is Silent on the Luna. Should be fine for him on the top lane, safe lane. And of course, we will see him as one of those carries that already is active in the early game. We'll see him rotate earlier than a lot of other carries that we have seen today. So I'm kind of happy that he will be involved more in fights than certain other carries that we have seen today.
certain other carries. So
I mean,
looking
two
up,
by that.
Yep.
Two.
Yep. So looking up towards Empire, they will have Gyrocopter, a little bit nerfed, but still a pretty popular hero, at least so far. Piloted up by Blow Your Brain, and he will be supported by Riku, one of their two stand-ins, on this Chen, and who's their other support? J4 on the Leshrac. That leaves Light of Heaven going up towards solo lane as Lone Druid, and we are missing one. We're missing Scandal on that Beastmaster, just reconnecting just now.
Yeah, and the go is there again, and yeah, Beastmaster Silencer is a matchup that we don't normally see, so I'm kind of excited for that purely because it is something that we are not used to, and it's a pretty high skill matchup as well with Funzy and Scandal, of course, experienced players. Scandal a bit more longer experience in mid players, I feel, but yeah, I'm kind of excited for a Silencer Beastmaster matchup. I think in terms of heroes, it should be going the way of Funzy, but Scandal has also played. He was actually the first one that played Silencer solo mid of all the teams when Silencer just got put into captain's mode. And I think he's been practicing. He has practiced with it quite a lot at that time. So I'm thinking he knows what he can expect. And by the way, of course, you can vote again. Exclamation mark vote, and then whichever team you favor. Don't forget it is case sensitive, so either the Q or the E in a capital letter, and the rest, of course, of the name of the team name there. And in the meantime, we already see the cogs making sure that the haste rune goes to Shoxka, so nobody else could move towards that, and the Nai wasn't there either, so nicely done. He'll be able to get some experience with that. And now, of course, with that Cog's first pickup, he doesn't have the flair to try and get him some last hits, but he will, of course, use that to do the dance party thingy. I don't know how you call this thing.
Clockwork Dance Party. This is legit. If this doesn't get patched, you're going to see more and more and more solo and dual lane Clockworks doing this. Of course, the original Myth Trust thing was they had Darkseer in the lane as well, so he prevented the tower from taking any damage, and the Clockwork just constantly put creeps there. And yeah, I mean, this is not going to end. This is a thing now.
Okay, Clockwork Darkseer lanes. I really like it, but they have now this big wave, and it will counter the wave that comes in, so Shoxka gets experience. It's all good and fun in the world. In the meantime, it is Light of Heaven that's having some problems with the tree here. Living Armor will also keep Godlike safe a bit, but he can't pull the lanes back. He can't pull the creep wave back. He will be getting some experience, I think, if he goes a bit top, but
Scandal
he
already
has to be
taking so much
very
damage.
careful. Oh, this might be a first blood. No, the curse already hit. Never mind. He pops his salve.
Also, he would have gone to 12 HP, but the high ground miss actually prevented Funzy's next glaive from hitting. But you can already see the tremendous amount of pressure placed on Empire's mid here. This could be compounded if Nature's Prophet TP's over and snipes the courier. That would just be, like, lights out for Scandal in the mid, basically.
Yeah. He has to just be here for levels. He can't expect to walk up and get farmed, because Funzy will harass him back. Though in the meantime, Scandal is a bit higher in terms of levels right now. He is sitting on 3-1, with Funzy sitting on 6-2. Looks like we are seeing Shoxka maybe in a bit of trouble. He's gonna get surrounded. There is a Centaur there as well. The Cogs burn a bit of mana away from the Centaur, though he doesn't have a stun anymore right now, and that is actually very nice for Shoxka, so he doesn't have to worry about that one anymore.
He walks away safely, not getting amazing levels just yet, but 2 in 2 minutes for the off-lane clockwork is not by any means bad. It is going to be surprisingly difficult for Empire to put a ton of pressure on this guy. If he cogs close to them, of course, they can split Earth inside of it and then chase with the gyro, but that's about the only way they actually get an easy kill unless Chen gets the right creeps.
Yeah, in the meantime though, I mean, it is Blow Your Brain who is getting okay farming here. He's got 8 for 1 so far. He's being out-farmed a bit by mid. He's just forced to, of course, miss a couple there under the tower that he earlier did. So, but he gets experience and he is doing fairly well. We can compare him to the Luna and he is keeping up with that one, of course. The Luna was farming on the top lane. We have in the meantime Light of Heaven sitting at level 3, so he's able to get something as well. Let's see if he can get the Centaur. Yes, he can. Nicely done, denying that, which is actually a pretty huge deal to Goblak. Of course, Goblak can't really afford to take experience away from his Luna, so getting him there, getting those Centaurs, getting those big creeps, that's his experience coming in.
And we just see Scandal getting that bottle. They pick up the Flying Courier just to make sure that Nature's Prophet get the faster speed and Nature's Prophet can't gank it. And just take a look, they are doing that. They're leaving 1 charge on the bottle so it's only ferrying 2 charges each time to Scandal, and the trade-off is it still goes at its normal speed. It's not slowed down all the way with the 0 charges.
That's
something
actually
you gotta
pretty
keep.
neat.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think I've seen it before.
So it's an interesting little mechanic because that makes it, if you do that, it's more like what it is in Heroes of Newerth, where you can only charge it up to 2. But the interesting dynamic here is you get to choose. Would you rather have 3 charges now, but the courier brings the next trip slower? Or would you rather take 2 charges now and get the next charge faster? It's a brand new dynamic in that mid lane for these heroes like Beastmaster, Dragon Knight, Magnus.
I have to make those choices. We do have a smoke up, by the way. Looking to see if they can get a kill up on that silencer. It is Riku and J4, the 2 stand-ins, looking for something. They do have that net. And Funzy doesn't really have an escape mechanism. If that net goes off, he's in a lot of trouble. Split Earth is going to follow up as well. Test of Fate there, and Funzy, he goes down. First blood goes the way of Empire. And that is something that Scandal so desperately needed here.
Yeah, very nice kill for Empire, picking up that first blood, trying to equalize this mid, because before that, just look how many denies Funzy was putting up.
Oh,
17
Light of
13.
Heaven, those creeps, the range creeps, get that kill! And the credit goes to Silent, but the range creeps, they got it in the end, and the leech sheet will put people back to a bit nicer looking HPs, but that top lane, wow. That big creep wave, that is, by the way, in Light of Heaven, he has to TP here, otherwise he misses so much experience right now, and here he is already. He will
But
be
he's
able to
probably
move
pretty
there.
safe. As long as he's under tower, it's no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
But he'll get the
Good
experience.
kill for Quantic, good turnaround after losing Funzy in the mid. Even with that death, Funzy is dominating mid. That's kind of the problem for Empire here.
Yeah, Funzy is still 22 for 14, 14 denies, and he might actually get a kill here now, never mind. He does get the bird, but Scandal sitting still on 10 for 2. He gets a bit of extra experience, of course. That is something that is nice, but in the meantime, Funzy is already level 6, and Scandal is still level 5. However, I do think that with the roar that the Beastmaster gets, he can create a lot more space than Funzy gets. Funzy has, of course, a global silence, which is great, but more great for team fights than anything else. So, up against that Beastmaster, he won't be able to do solo that much.
Yeah.
While Scandal with the roar will be able to do a lot with a solo kill perhaps going his way. He does get a full bottle back again, so we'll be able to heal up after that harassment from Funzy, who doesn't have a bottle right now, so... Oh, he doesn't need to with living armor, actually. Liam.
Yeah, he's just so much regen. Interesting approach taken by Silent here, actually going for the... So he immediately goes to Treads as his first item, so gives him some speed. The main thing it gives him is attack
Oh,
speed.
wait a second. Shockska
Oh,
cooldown
bottom.
comes down. He dodges that one, but the Edict still ticks through, and that is a kill.
Nice.
Going the way of the Chen. And of course, Lowbrain, he did get the credit for that as well. He was
Riku
close
is
enough to get the
actually-
goal.
Riku's been doing very well on Chen this game, actually. It's generated them both
Dire's
opportunities,
bottom
really.
tower is
Nice
under
play.
attack.
Yeah, of course, that's something that I mean, it's stand-ins. You have to be lucky enough to get a good one. And of course, playing a Chen is not the easiest jobs in the world. So indeed, something worth noting. And of course, we have seen more of Riku. And we'll probably see more of him in the future as well. As we still don't know what Empire will do with their last two. By the way, the reason that you see Empire with 2 stand-ins all the time is because they don't have a full roster, a full official roster right now. So they have 3 officials.
Yeah.
And those 3 are playing every single time. So Blow Your Rain, Light of Heaven, and Scandal are there every time. And they're just trying out what works for them. And Quantic actually in favor with the poll results. Empire sitting on 34%. 66 going the way of Quantic. I feel like they are ahead, even though the kill score doesn't say so. Empire will also try to get something else in the mid lane against Scandal, just waiting till again throw out that roar, waiting until the living armor is gone.
It is the same trick twice, but it's a trick that's a pretty good one.
And this
But
time
Funzy right now playing a little more defensive. They have to walk and roar.
He knows that there is a roar there, so he sees it, he backs off. Doesn't see the Chen, but does see the creeps. Does force him back. So nicely played by him, very careful. It kind of ruins
very careful. Like, he actually missed a last hit on a catapult just now, just because he wanted to be that additional, like, 2% carefulness. So you can tell that he really, really doesn't want to die again on this mid silencer. It's such a fragile thing. If you take 3 deaths in mid, your silencer becomes worse than support silencer.
Yeah. That is not good. He already, of course he died once. He's still doing okay on the farm. Seems to be going for, what's he going for? Is he going for drums? Nah. Picked himself up a Roam of the Magi though. Gonna be a bit extra experience. Maybe a slight edge over the Beastmaster again, as we do have the gold going in favor of Quantic. Not by much. Or boots.
He's probably making treads, I would have to guess, so...
Just to get the in first.
Damage, yeah. It's damage for now and treads later. I like this.
It's not something that you normally see. We miss
It's better than taking the haste gloves first, though, honestly.
Yeah. Obviously, that's the last one that you always do. Light of Heaven forced away from the tier 1 tower top. Courier coming in. I'm taking a very dangerous path, but that's Treads for Silent, who gets entangled, but living armor is there. Courier. Trying to deflect. Oh, Scandal coming in. He has got that roar. Will cast it as well. Looking for another entangle. Silent. He actually gets entangled and will go down. That is something that he was not expecting. Nice rotation from Scandal and just pure overextension from Silent right there.
Definitely. Weird positioning choice by Silent. Of course, even if you get the Lone Druid alone, if 3 of your clips hit the bear, it's like I'm not even sure you win that duel. So, a little bit questionable, and of course Empire now improving to 3-1, and they get a tower, because of course, no way that Sox is able to solo stand up against that.
Yeah, and it feels like they're just taking advantage of Quantic's, I don't know, they are just moving around more maybe. Just getting their rotations in, and Quantic sitting a bit stale. They do have that living armor, which they always rely on, thinking they might be able to be a bit more ballsy and don't really need help on their lane, so to speak, but it feels like it's a bit off for Quantic. We do have the gold graph, of course, because of the tower spiking up. Experience graph still in favor of Quantic, even despite the kill difference that is 2 right now. And of course, a large chunk of that is supports, as Light of Heaven, Godlike is level 6 right now, with the other support being, well, it's not really a support, but fucking mad is level 8. He has a Hand of Midas, so we'll be getting more experience with that as well. And the supports of Empire sitting at level 5 and level 6, so the difference there is definitely clear.
Still, this game is still very, very close. It's really anybody's game at this point. Empire have been executing quite well with this mobility, but still there's plenty of opportunities for Quantic, and we do see Silent after those treads going for the very typical solid Lina approach. You get you get drums, you get Ring of Akala, and you're just very all-around good. Interesting that he's choosing, ooh, nice mid.
Roar is up on Funzy, but the hookshot came in. Funzy looks to be still going down, though. Those cogs, they lock him out. But Scandal goes down to return, so it's a 1-for-1 trade with the first kill still going to Empire, so slide ahead for Empire in that regard. But Quantic with the return kill, making good use of that hookshot that just got picked up by Shocksky. Well, Jesse now is level 7 already because of that kill, but it was the first real hookshot. Takes a lot of damage though because of it, and will be forced to go back to his base most likely.
Yeah, but they lost quite a bit of farm time for Silent to move him over there, so overall not the best trade for Quantic, I have to say, simply because they do lose that silencer once again. I suspect we see Funzy trying to go for a quick 4-staff here, just for the repositioning and ability to survive.
Yeah, 19 to 15. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty
Actually.
good, actually. For when played as a core and not as a support, obviously that is indeed worth noting, because he is played as one of the cores for for Quantic right now. I mean, will he be forced to rotate in that support role? As you said, if he dies too often, he will be forced to go there. Scandal takes a lot of damage here, but Funzy won't be able to get the kill. Does get the Hawk. Nicely done. There is a smoke up still for Empire. They are looking for Funzy again. In the meantime, on the top lane, we do have Light of Heaven sitting inside the cogs. He does go down in the end, and the tower will drop with that as well, making the towers even again. We rotate back to Funzy though, because he is still the target of Empire. Light of Heaven dead or not, Funzy is the target for them.
They've been trying to push.
He walks right into them. That's not where you want to be. The Edict, the Global Silence is not going to be helping you no more. He will drop. Might be able to take Scandal with him though. Ooh, look at the damage. He gets sent home by the Chen. Never mind. What am I saying? Something else got sent home by the Chen.
The trade is the tower. They've been trying to push forever. Silent has had his Akala on ever since he got it. And here we see the wages of that as they get 2 towers. Sure, they lose a hero, and it's not a great hero to lose, but if they can trade an entire lane for it, it's kind of worth it.
I think I had a visual bug where I saw Scandal getting sent to the fountain and the effect disappeared, but he still got sent in the end. It was a bit awkward. Oh well.
Awkward.
He is back to the mid lane now, also full on HP and mana. Will rotate to see if he can get a rune. But Quantic already sitting ready. There goes the Eclipse. Blow your brain! Gets killed off real fast. And Quantic back out knowing that they don't want to take more. They got the one that they wanted. They got the core of Empire and they get back.
Almost a vindictive kill. They killed Blow Your Brain in the exact same way that Empire killed Funzy.
Yeah.
So
walk up the high ground, why don't you?
Yeah, turnabout is fair play indeed.
In the meantime, I mean, that kill up on Funzy did result in also a tier 1 going down in the mid lane. So that is actually Quantic losing a lot of their map control. The only upside is that they are indeed on the dire side, so that Roshan advantage is there. Right now it's even though. I mean, it used to be an advantage with the tier 1s up, but now with the tier 2s, it is on even ground with Empire in terms of how fast you can get to the Roche pit if you TP into the closest tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane looking for action. It is fucking Matt that tries to TP himself out. Will be able to do that in time. And Silent also running away. Doesn't even use drum charges to try and run some faster, but yeah, it was close.
Fun little fact here. Silent and Blow Your Brain, the former teammates. J4 easily dies here, no question.
Nice hook shot. Oh,
maybe not. I was totally wrong.
There's the living armor though helping out, and that is gonna be Silent still with the loosened beam getting the kill, and Shuxka able to get away, getting chased down a little bit, but realizing that they can't do it without a creep wave, and they'll just try to go for a bit of a push. But the tier 1 tower already dead. I don't think they're gonna be getting a tier 2 there as the TP goes towards the top lane from Funzy, but Light of Heaven was already gone.
So the former teammates, Blow Your Brain and Silent, have the exact same build down to every single item, and I bet you they're both going for the next item next, which is they're both going to go BKB.
This is indeed true. Nah, well, Silent actually, or
oh no,
I
was wrong.
But maybe also Yasha for Blow Your Brain.
Yeah, we could see Blow Your Brain go Yasha, especially once he sees Silent go Yasha.
Yeah, he's like,
well, now I have to get a Yasha.
And of course, Silent and Godlike used to be, like, that's why the 2 stand-ins are there for Empire, because those are the 2 people that left / got kicked, because that's apparently not entirely clear.
It's not entirely clear. I was seeing an interview where fucking Mad says that they did get kicked, but Empire in their original press release said that they left voluntarily, so not sure.
We will never know. We will never know, probably.
I don't know if we'll never know.
It is a Yasha indeed for Silence. Well, with Blow Your Brain not really showing yet what he's gonna go for. He doesn't really have enough gold yet either. I mean, if you turn up to the net worth, we do see that Silent is 900 gold ahead of Blow Your Brain right now, so that is quite the lead, as looks like maybe Empire wants to take down the last tier 1 standing on the side of Quantic. They rotate J4 there, who has got level 4 Edict. They've got the Bear, and they are looking good for a fast push here up on the half HP tier 2 tower. Tier 1 rather. It's a weird looking flag, by the way.
Interesting, Light of Heaven's build here, almost, it seems to suggest a supportive, like it looks like he's going fast Vlads, but we'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, Silent, he TP'd in, the Global Silence is there, losing beam up on Scandal, on the Sprout there as well, no roar for him for now. The Curse is there as well, on Tangle, up on Silent though, and he'll go down as the first one in this fight. Quantic, do they still want to fight? It looks like they do. Overgrowth up on 3. It is the Chen that goes down. J4 trying to do what he can. Nova, Edict, look at the damage. Roar upon Funzy. Empire, they are cleaning house right now. They took down 3, only lost 1. And that is a Nature's Prophet TPing himself out, and a Clockwork not in range in time to help with the fight. He walks away from that, and he leaves the tier 1 tower to die. And one thing that I want to point out, this Nature's Prophet, this fucking man,
Dire's top tower
he's almost
has
got an
fallen.
Aghanims.
Leshrack's damage in these team fights again and again, really. Leshrack is a very high damage hero, and when you can't take him down quickly, like for instance when your Luna dies and isn't able to eclipse at all, you just end up taking a dramatic amount of damage coming in and not that much going out. I still want to see what Light of Heaven actually builds. Maybe this is just a casual Ring of Regen for now.
Perhaps, maybe a Blast. I mean, it can go either way. He hasn't really been having the easiest time, and if you want to go for Radiant still, it's going to be a very late one, but you can still go for something like a Mjolnir, and there is a disconnect as soon as a fucking Mad build up the Aghanims. Because, this is interesting. Normally, Nature's Prophets don't build Aghanims, unless you want to go for really high farm and high pressure, but it's not really common lately in the current metagame, as they say. As a lot of people don't like to use that word, but oh well. And he is one of the few Aghanims that didn't get buffed. Did he? No.
Sorry, who?
Nature's Prophet.
Nature's Prophet? God, no. And Aghanim's first is an extremely unusual build for him as well.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's more of a, usually regarded as a pub build, but here it does give them push, for instance, and it does give them a little bit of counter push. The flip side is, they've got this Luna that needs to be... They've got 3 cores, essentially, if you include the Nature's Prophet. So, what you do when you have Aghanim's Scepter Ultimate, if you use it on cooldown, which I certainly hope he won't, you take away a lot of the opportunities to farm, especially when you don't have your tier 1 towers up.
Yeah.
So, I would expect this to primarily be a tool for him to just deal more damage in teamfights, or at the beginning of teamfights, and less of a tool to just farm, because that would completely screw over the Silencer and the Luna, who still need a lot of items each.
Yeah, and only 2% of the games, that is how when the Aghanims is built. And it's a very unusual item to see, and yeah, I'm kind of curious to see why, as you say. I mean, you need that farm for your Luna, you need it also for the Silencer, and that's one of the things that people in pubs normally get really upset about. If you are Nature's Prophet and you do build that Aghanims, you're going to be taking the farm of the entire game, of the entire map, and you have to be really careful for that if you don't want to do that. So we'll see how he uses that. The split push potential will definitely increase a lot with that Aghanims, and also, of course, the semi-carry potential of the Nature's Prophet himself, because if he wants it or not, he will get the gold. I mean, he might not take all the farm, but he'll take a lot. So
He'll take a lot, definitely.
we'll see how he uses that. As I mean, it offers some survivability as well. I mean, it's still nice. It's an okay overall item. It's just something that we don't normally see. So no, for example, aside the Vice just yet. So no Hex. Blow Your Brain. No BKB for him. He's got 1500 gold. We still don't know if he wants to go for Yasha to copy Silent here, but we'll probably find out soon, as I actually think a BKB wouldn't be that bad, but saying that, I do know there's an Overgrowth there, there's a Sprout there, but we'll see how he builds.
I think BKB would be excellent. I mean, even if Global Silence was the only thing you had to worry about, it's going to be so nice to still be able to flat cannon and call down something like that. And Eclipse, for that matter, if you get caught out. I really do think BKB is a great choice here. Frankly, I still kind of wish Silent was going BKB, even though I did miscall that.
Well, I think it's gonna. I mean, it kind of should be his next item. The Entangle right now is the one that hurts him most, though.
That's definitely true, and not much that he's going to be able to do about that. Definitely. I mean, Roar and Entangle, all this stuff is gonna. Even the slow from call down will pierce magic immunity.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you
Empire looking good this game, honestly. Way better than they looked last game. Way more in form.
Definitely. And you might think that it's also maybe got something to do with a bit of, in your face kind of thing. You leave / get kicked. We are with 3, you are with 2. You got a new sponsor. You're doing well. You're going to Seattle, but we just still want to show that we can still take you down. And there's a reason you're no longer an Empire. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know if there's bad blood between these players, obviously.
I don't know. I mean, I heard that they left more or less cordially, but who knows? Yeah, this could be a pretty bitter game.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of at stake in terms of honor and such. So Empire, they're here showing like there's a reason they're still in all these competitive games, and
Yep.
that they can actually still win games. The question is, do they still win games? We don't know yet.
Right.
I mean, this
right.
game is so even. We have the gold graph around even. We have the experience graph around even, and anything can still happen. We have the towers in favor of Empire, but only by 1 tower, which is really not that much.
Yeah, not that much.
And two towers in favor of Empire as well, but with one good push, Quantic could take down the tier 1 towers, because that is one difference. Empire took down all the tier 1s, which are, in theory, the easiest towers to take down, while Quantic have actually already taken down a tier 2 on the bottom lane.
Yep.
So they still have relatively 2 easy towers to take down, meaning the tier 1s that they still have standing, of which one is actually sitting at 174 HP, which is going to get backdoored right now by the Luna, or Nature's Prophet if she wants, and the tier 1 mid also not looking very shabby right now.
Yeah,
and on top
they
of
can
that,
definitely regain those.
I think also Quantic can try to go for Roshan already. They have a good lineup for that. Actually, both have.
It depends on if they can do it like secretly. They actually don't have that much damage yet because the Aghanims on the Nature's Prophet, unlike Shadowblade, is pretty poor for improving his damage. So they would get it quite slowly, in which case it means that they absolutely need to make sure that they're safe and the other team doesn't sabotage them. If Empire come in and disrupt a Quantic Roshan attempt, I don't see Quantic living through that fight. It's just going to be very difficult, especially considering the amount of lockdown and the fact that Empire has their mechanism and Quantic's mechanism is currently a ring of regen. Like, Funzy is exactly about 1/10, a little more than 1/10 of the way to mechanism, whereas Empire has theirs done, and they have the Chen ultimate. So, if I'm Quantic, I really don't want to be taking big 5v5 engagements just now, even with the teamfight ultimates that they have.
Yeah, and I mean, they just got forced to do it and ended up losing. So, in the meantime, while we have this pause, what is your favorite typical support hero to carry with? You can vote Silencer, Shrek, and I couldn't read the rest, but I guess that would be Lina. And
It's in the chat, I think. I hope, because otherwise, yeah, it's...
that went fast. That went really fast for a 5-option vote. But if you want to vote, of course, it is capital sensitive, case sensitive rather. So, vote exclamation mark vote, and then with a capital letter at the start.
All right. Well, K-pop. Okay.
Silencer, Shrek, Lina,
Shrek.
Venomancer. Come on, people. You have to vote Venomancer or Vengeful Spirit or Lina. Silencer,
So-
Shrek.
Venge carry is way more legit now than it was before because the main problem with Venge carry. Now we're wandering pretty afield because you will not see this in a professional game. But
Hey, wait.
okay, you could.
Vengeful Spirit, that was one of his signature
That's
heroes,
true.
so
That's true, you
I'm
could
kind of
do
hoping
Venge.
it comes back.
So it's much more legitimate now. The main problem with Venge is not her damage. Her damage is actually great. It's that she has horrible survivability. And improving her base STR by 2 and improving her strength growth by, what is it, 0.7? Is a huge deal for actually keeping her alive. That's part of why you see her getting picked again now as a support. And if you wanted to carry with her, some more survivable version is great.
Yep, I fully
Veno
agree.
still dies really fast. Veno's another one where his damage is amazing, but he's just so squishy.
Inmate having some fun, of course. Inmate being the co-caster of the Russian stream, he just
It's a
Put
bunny
down a
playing
bunny.
accordion.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's really funny. It disappeared so fast, I'm gonna press enter to see it again. There we go. You've never seen that before?
I've never seen that particular emoticon.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really cute.
Copy paste it.
I'm just gonna memorize it, man.
Ooh, my voice is showing signs of a 7 game cast yesterday. I feel like
Oh yeah, that had to have been fun.
It
I
was
saw some of the
actually
games.
very fun. It started off being really mediocre for me, personally that is, but the games were good. The games were fun.
Pugna, man. Pugna.
Pugna! Oh, Pugna and dying, it was amazing. And you saw a game where Empire, they picked a Tidehunter
Yes.
and a Shadow Shaman and an
Was
Enigma.
it one of your games with the like Bloodseeker and Slark and like
No.
just okay, that was somebody else's game.
That was somebody else's game. I
Okay.
believe that was the defense, but no.
Oh.
But still, it was very enjoyable to watch, but they lost quite hard, actually. So, yeah. Oh well.
Okay, so it was in Twitch chat, thank God. What your options are.
Yeah. That's good, because Moobot...
I'm interested in
Yeah.
this. The thing about Silencer is, like, we've talked about the statistic before, where he only wins about 30% of games as a support.
Yeah.
So even though he can carry from the support position, you really need to build the entire lineup around that. Like some of Virtus Pro's lineups.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
'cause
sorry, that's not Silencer. I'm an idiot. That's, I I'm thinking of Skywrath, not Silencer.
Because I was gonna say, because Silencer, if you're gonna say that percentage, that looks like Arstar
wrong.
would have all the wins on it because he
No, I'm
actually
totally
was has only wins on the Silencer until yesterday, I believe, or something like
Yeah.
that.
No, I'm completely off. It's not Silencer. Silencer is he's been used as a support by a lot of teams. There was one great game where IG versus VG in the Dota Super League where Chuan Silencer got a godlike streak just right off the bat, and it was just like, oh my god. And that was support Silencer.
Sports Silencer for the win.
Yeah, no, support Silencers. Initially, it seemed like it would be a dog that didn't bark at all. So, like, Empire actually, well, when Godblack was the drafter, for Empire, he used to do support Silencer a lot, and it didn't work out for them at all. But we're seeing we're seeing it sort of making a resurgence. Here, of course, they are using him at core as a solo mid.
Yeah.
I've only... He dies, and he just falls behind. Like, you can just see Funzy's really struggled. He only has... Paradoxically, core Silencer sometimes has more trouble getting stacks of glaives than support Silencer does, simply because he's not roaming and getting those kills.
Very true. And I mean, if you get behind, you can't really get your intellect up again as high as you want it to, and you're just gonna have to play a bit of a semi-support and leave the carrying over to the Luna, because you can't really try and go around and farm so much, because you have to give your farm to the Luna.
Yeah.
And it's just really tough. You're supposed to be getting your advantage in the mid lane, and if you don't do that, you have no real chance of continuing to stay ahead, because there's no way you're gonna sit there and sit on a farming lane, because that's where your safe carry will be. On top of that, in this game, you also have got a Nature's Prophet with an Aghanims.
Right. I have to correct myself real quick, by the way. I said that Funzy had a Ring of Regen and he was building towards mech, because that's a really good item on Silencer, but I was totally wrong. Godblack has almost all of a mech for some reason that I missed, and you're very nice for not correcting me there, but that was a stupid statement on my part. The thing is, mech is really good on Silencer. Like, Silencer mid is kind of like OD mid, where the mech gives you a lot of tank ability.
Venomancer only gets 7, so...
Oh, what is this?
Lena 37%, that's really
okay,
nice,
that's
though.
fair. Lena's hilarious to carry with.
Yeah. Kill steals all the way. Woo.
We had a solo mid Lena by Dendy the other day.
Oh, when?
It's good stuff.
I didn't see that.
I think 2 days ago. I can't remember what tournament, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was casting.
I'm sure K-pop has the game. Yeah. I'm sure you were casting. Maybe even the two of us were casting.
2 days ago, you know, you were working.
That's true. I was working.
Yeah. Well, apparently watching Dota.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. For people watching, by the way, I mean, we're StarLadder, and I'm here every night with you for StarLadder. StarLadder group stages actually end next week Friday. That's a day before DreamHack will start. But next week Friday is the last day of the group stages, and then we'll find out which 4 teams will go to Kiev. Of course, one thing to note, which we still don't have an answer to, is that Na'Vi, even though they are in the top 4 right now, and they're looking pretty solidly to be staying in the top 4 as well, they will not be in Europe by the time that the LAN finals are happening. The LAN finals will happen from the 4th until the 7th of July, and around that time they would be in China, there, boot camping. So going to Kiev for the LAN finals might not be in it for them. So we might have the top 5 rather, or the 5th on the list rather, going to Kiev. But like I said, there's no answer to that just yet. So that remains to be seen. But yeah, it's just about 8 days left after today, and it's going pretty fast. This StarLadder season, by the way, is the fastest yet in terms of how fast the group stages are and how fast the finals are coming after that. So pretty neat. And to be fair, I mean, it started all like when I started casting StarLadder, which was a year ago. They had 2 games at the same time almost every day.
Yeah.
And
But they still,
and they
even
don't
so,
do that.
They don't, but it's still at a sprint. It's
Yeah, there's, I mean, you have got 7 games in a day, and there's like no break in between.
Yep.
And you have to imagine that StarLadder at some point also were casting the qualifiers for, of course, for TI3 for both West and East.
West
and during
and East, yeah.
and during East, they did those, and then they went on to StarLadder. So
Yeah.
they had some very long casting days. I mean, respect to those guys, seriously.
Absolutely, mad respect, and of course, Velat. He was at TI2, right, and none of the other casters could get visas, so he solo cast the entirety of the international too.
His voice
in
was
Russian.
worse than mine.
Yeah, it was pretty much a mess.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to now decipher, now that I don't know what that the Ring of Regen is for. Is it just a hood, maybe, I guess? You could just make hood. Leshrac is beating up on him, but I feel like Lone Druid will kill him whether he has a hood or not, so Ring of Regen remains a mystery to me.
Yeah, we'll see what he goes for with it. I mean, maybe he just wanted some extra regen or accidentally bought 2 when he bought the Force Staff.
That could be that, but maybe he will make the hood. I worry about Silencer not making that much of an impact on the game if he goes hood. It'll be so late before he has any items that actually like ramp. And that would, honestly, if he keeps building like defensive constantly, I don't see Empire not just walking over.
Well, the thing is, one thing that is actually quite unfortunate is that Casper said, oh, he's rebooting his computer, because 3 minutes and then on pause, and Quantic would be forced to go on with 4. And that is not good. But Empire is already ahead, and it would be such a shame if that actually happens, and Empire ends up winning 5-on-4, and they don't get credit for people saying, you know...
it looks like also J4 is at an internet cafe that closes at 22.
Oy. And that's
so
like 10 minutes.
We can't wait too long for this. No, that's not 10 minutes. That's wait, is that in 10 minutes?
In Russia, I think so.
Oh, crud. Yeah, depending on where he is.
Yeah. I have no idea where he's from. To be fair,
that's not
good.
Good.
It's 10 to 9 where I live, but I don't think he's on CST time. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah, that's Well, we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and they actually on pause without Nature's Prophet there. So the lucky part is that a Nature's Prophet. It's
I like K-pop theory.
Nature's Prophet is a hero that you can micro fairly easily, and on top of that you have Goblak, who is not really, like, he doesn't really come out of the jungle, so a pretty secure, you know, microer for that fact. And on top of that, Goblak is known for his micro, of course, the signature hero Chen. But yeah, he is now also microing fucking mad, and he is a hero that you can micro fairly nicely because, like you said, they're not looking for team fights just yet, and team fights would be the one that would be the most tough thing to deal with.
I get. Do you think he knew he'd go offline? That's why he bought Aghanim's Scepter, because it makes Nature's Prophet even more AFKable. Just sit in Fountain and hit Ags on cooldown.
Yeah, well, he bought the Ags and then disconnected, so who knows?
Peace out, guys. Just press the R button every
I'll be back in half an hour, it's fine. I expect myself to be fully farmed at that point, yeah.
Yeah,
in the
right?
meantime,
AFK loads of money.
Yeah, and AFK also means Empire is taking advantage of that. They just took down a tier 2. They actually didn't go on Roshan in the end. They're just going for another tier 2, knowing that Quantic won't be there to defend. Even the Nature's Wrath, they just go through, but there's a mechanism up on the Chen. There's a Hand of God there. Should they really try to go for something, they can just do this. You know, of course, I mean, to be fair, would you not take advantage of a situation like this?
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to play on, especially if they have a player who has to leave in 10 minutes. What are they going to do? Forfeit the game at that point? No, I mean, you don't have much of a choice. It's unfortunate, but I mean,
they roar on the AFK target. Global Silence goes through. Fucking mad. Will try to TP himself out, even though he's not there, but he manages to get away. The power of an offline hero. Ooh,
the artist formerly known as fucking Mad successfully teleports away.
Yes. Well, nicely done. And the roar on cooldown. Empire thought they had a clear shot there, but not so much. Nice.
They did have to. The thing is, they used Global Silence to get fucking Mad out there, so that's two and almost a half minutes that Global Silence isn't available. I suspect Empire uses this time to try to high ground, frankly. That or a Sneak Roche.
I think Sneak Roche is the call here, because we already saw them earlier on knocking on the Roche's door, but now they'll just go in full on and just will take him down. With fucking Mad. I mean, if he was rebooting his PC, he should be back right now, shouldn't he?
I don't know what the deal is, honestly. I have no theories. Meanwhile, Empire, I mean, easy Roche for them, basically. Simply because the lack of Quantic's ability to disrupt, or the lack of their ability to win a team fight without Global Silence. It's going to be very tricky if Empire attempt to high ground now for Quantic to stop them. And that's before considering they have 4 players and they have to micro another person.
Yeah. And then, you got that on top of that. You do have, of course, that Nature's Wrath that will try to stop pushes and maybe able to split push a bit, but the power that comes up from Empire, I don't think they're going to care that much. They've got that bear who actually is going for that Minthra Hammer still. By the looks of Minthra Hammer, what am I saying? Maelstrom still, by the looks of it. And we have some cogs up though, they have to wait until those are gone, that's nice. Let's see what they can do.
I mean, this is it. This is Quantic's opportunity to defend the set of Raxes without a global silence. If they do it, they're actually in pretty decent shape. But if they lose a set of racks, they're very, very, very behind.
Yeah, they use
doing
the
a lot of damage to the bear.
fortification.
Are fortified.
There is indeed the maelstrom.
Yep.
And the bear, indeed. I mean, the bear is fairly squishy.
Tower is under
It is.
It doesn't
It
really matter. It just gets resummoned. If they lose the bear right now, that would be huge. But right now, it doesn't really look like they are in any shape of losing the bear. He does take a bit of damage again. But the tier 3 tower already down to 265 in the meantime. The AFK fucking Matt bashing on the tier 3 on the bottom lane. So maybe taking something in return for that. That would be actually quite decent for them. Wouldn't be too bad. Maybe they go in. They find J4. Godlike, Overgrowth, Global Silence helps out maybe a bit as Shrek still goes down. Light of Heaven, Stock, Hand of God going through as well. Empire looking good, looking for more kills. Gonna go up high ground right now. There's nobody really defending it anymore. They did take down a tier 3 top, but right now they are in shape to lose the racks. Because what can really stop them right now?
Not much. Silent has to buy back. He's trying his best. Nice cogs by Socks. Just trying to keep the bear off that racks, but it's just not enough. It'll go down.
Yeah, but it looks a bit. It actually gets pulled back, but it's still stuck. It could have
Actually,
attacked
good
the Rex.
defense.
Yeah, it goes
No
down.
bear anymore.
And no bear. There goes the Aegis as well. In the meantime, Gyro is down. Funzy looking for a target. Finds Blow Your Brain again, but they'll let him escape.
I hope this game goes longer because Funzy's going Ags.
Nice.
That's
means,
pretty cool.
Yeah, that means it got buffed. His curse will then be put on the Global Silent as well. As they might still, yeah, they get the Chen. They look for more. Blow Your Brain gets cursed up as well. Funzy chasing him down, and he ended up selling that Ring of Regen, by the way, so you don't have to break your brain over it anymore.
Mystery solved.
Yes. And this is, by the way, an even trade in terms of towers. Oh, Rocket Mirage, fucking mad in a lot of trouble. We'll just stand there right-clicking because he's AFK. They might be able to get Blow Brain, though. Silent, one more losing beam. Has got it on cooldown for now, but will be able to pick it up. Scandal goes down as well. That's a double kill for Silent. Can they get more?
Lord.
This is a major turnaround, and with this, maybe they can actually rotate top because this lane is almost completely pushed out.
I can't believe he didn't have an opportunity to roar. Just the mini stun from the Lucent Beam stopped him from roaring. Very, very nice play overall.
Yeah.
DD completely turning this around. Even another kill. All of a sudden, Empire, they gotta move fucking mess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's just stood there in the tower. Oh well. But yeah,
Wow.
I mean, big turnaround, and all of us, I mean, that's...
Are fortified.
Do you think that actually J4 disconnects right now?
Oh my god, he really is at an internet cafe that shuts down at 10 p.m.
If he would
This
be
is
that-
getting weird, Sheever.
And there's no pause coming. And I mean, Empire still has their pause. The previous pause was from DD.
That is true, but what are they gonna do if he's not able to get to a computer? This is so weird. I don't even... Have we seen a 4v4 Dota game at the professional scene in... I don't think I have ever spectated one. And here we go. Silencer. That gave him enough levels to finish his Curse of the Silent, and he has Aghanim Scepter now.
Yeah.
And so
Fucking
that
that is back.
actually... We're gonna see how big of a deal it is. Is it still bugged that it actually Curse of the Silence every single creep on the map too, or did they fix that?
I think they fixed that.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm not sure.
4v4, Silencer Ultimate. So Gyrocopter has BKB, so he won't be affected by it.
No, and fucking Matt is back. He reconnected back in, and as we just saw K-pop putting
Oh,
the stats
no.
out, he is actually ahead in GPM since he disconnected. So he got 68 gold per minute more since he left, so he's actually doing pretty well. He still hasn't died yet, also something worth noting, and it is 10 to 11 low kill game regardless, so in the end, maybe not that surprising. And as you say, the Aghanim's ready. Quantic, just taking a massive fight, are now up against a team that might have to also continue 4-on-5, because if he is indeed in that internet cafe and he can't get back, that is bad news. And
It
we
sure
saw
is.
earlier the difference that it made on the top lane team fight near the tier 1 on the Dire side that we saw, where you mentioned that, I mean, J4 was just able to stand there with Nova on, with Edict on, and put out a lot of damage. That was a fight that went the way of Empire, with J4 being a big factor on that.
Yep. Quantic. That's like, it's bad manner, good manners. It's a little bit of both kinds of manner. We will wait as long as Empire need. The implication being that...
You didn't wait for us, but we'll wait for you guys, don't worry.
Exactly. I do have to say that last team fight, one thing that I want to highlight again, Sakska, this is why you never just let things happen. Always do whatever you can. Being able to cogs the bear away for even just a few seconds is what, in my opinion, made the difference between a melee barracks down and no melee barracks down. So very nice play by Quantic there. Even 4v5, like, they had to have not felt good about how the game was going at that moment, but still, the stick-to-itiveness of keeping that racks up and, frankly, taking a very convincing fight. Like, you can just see on the graphs, that put it from even on gold to 5k in their favor.
Yeah, that's a pretty steep drop. It was going up before that. Of course, Empire did take a lot of towers before they took that fight mid, but Quantic just coming back harder and taking all those kills, making the kill score actually now in their favor. Experience graph, of course, because of those kills, also going the way of Quantic quite heavily. And yeah, I think Quantic looking pretty solidly. I like that they want to wait until that Leshrac is back. I mean, Empire didn't really want to wait and actually weren't allowed to wait, I believe. I mean, it was Casper in the end that said go. So
there's a rule for how long you can pause.
Yeah, there's a rule for how long you can pause, and there is a timer that is actually ticking down. So yeah, we'll see if they are able to continue with J4. If he is actually at the net cafe, he has to go to a different one, I would guess, and log in from there.
Yeah. So I don't think Quantic actually have like control of like this. The game will be resumed at the same duration.
Yeah.
Empire are going to get the same amount of time that was given to Quantic. J4, the problem is he's falling behind on levels a bit. Like, this Leshrac is cool because he can carry from the 5 position, just because you get something like Bloodstone or BKB usually, and then you're good to go. You deal tremendous damage, but he's gonna want more levels. He's 2 levels behind, or the space where he was is 2 levels behind.
Yeah, I mean, he is, it's just, they need to win some fights. They have got, like, Empire has got this Hand of God and a mechanism, and they should be able to win quite nicely with also the BKB upon Blow Your Brain. But that, like, I can't really call the last fight an actual fight. Quantic just, you know, they forced Empire out of their base, which is great. And then you just chased everybody down before they got back in. And that, of course, wasn't really a fight from the side of Empire. It was just a hunt and trying to escape.
Yeah, and it's tough because Luna, with Yasha and drums, goes 442. Like, and that's with treads. That's not even with something faster like Phase. So she's very, 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 very fast.
She's the fastest hero on this map.
Exactly. And then Nature's Prophet can be anywhere, regardless of whether he's online or offline. You can put that sucker wherever on the map you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's such a tough situation for Empire to be in. I still think they can just win a team fight if they go for it. If they actually have the setup that they want with everybody there. The 5-on-5 potential from Empire with the cooldown, with the Hand of God, with the Roar to shut someone down should in theory be a bit above Quantic's, especially since you have Chance Creeps and the Bear to soak up the Eclipse that you already mentioned. And I mean, Quantic's Eclipse will not do that much then. And you have still got that Overgrowth, but then with the Flag Cannon and the cooldown shouldn't be that big of an issue. Overall in teamfight, I would favor Empire. But they have to get the positioning perfectly fine, and they can't get it. They couldn't get it in the previous fight anyway. What was... Yeah. Oh, coming. There you go.
I still think great positioning is going to favor them, but it's really hard to guess how much impact this Silencer ultimate is going to have, but it could be fairly substantial. If they can tag Leshrac and Chen with it right at the beginning of a fight, it's going to drain... How much damage? God, I hate Curse the Silent. I never remember what it actually does. So it's 32 mana loss, so it's about 192 mana that they'll lose, along with some pretty decent damage during the period that they're silenced. So that's substantive. I mean, it's a couple less spells that Leshrac and Chen will be able to cast. Let's keep in mind, Leshrac in this game, not Arcane Boots. He's Power Treads. Beastmaster has Arcanes. Yeah, and Bracer.
And a point booster for some extra mana.
And a point booster. So the point booster, very good. Casual point booster is a classic item for Leshrac, just because health and mana are both amazing for him. And then much later, you can build it into an Scepter or a Bloodstone. But this is pretty typical. I would expect, if they can rush BKB, to rush BKB on this Leshrac. I wouldn't mind them giving some extra farm allocation to the Leshrac, in addition to the Gyro and the Lone Druid.
Yeah, having said that, the Lone Druid, I mean, he needs so much farm. We only have him with the Maelstrom.
Yeah, I mean, it's because he got the Vlads on his hero, which gives armor, which is good, but he's the #1. Well, no, he's not. I mean, there's Gyrocopter, but it would be good for this Lone Druid to be dealing more damage, and as a result of the Vlads, he's kind of not.
And the moment the pause is over, people buy stuff. So we have got the Manta Cell complete up on Silent. We've got the Desolator up on the Nature's Prophet. And this is a very scary Nature's Prophet.
It is, and he can just... Right now, the XP is a problem for Empire. I mean, Blow Your Brain on this carry gyro is only level 12 with BKB. So Light of Heaven is doing very well, but again, Light of Heaven went the support build. So it's this awkward position where your best leveled hero isn't doing as much damage as he can because of itemization, and a well-itemized hero can't do damage because he's under level. So it's a little awkward for Empire. But we could see them just try to push through still.
Yeah, it looks like they are doing exactly that. Is they still have that Aegis? No, they don't. They have it burned already in the previous fight, but yeah, they are actually gonna stop fucking Matt first because he has a DD rune and he is looking for blood. There is a Scandal, but who is invisible. There is a Roar there as well. They go for it. There goes the Edict, the Split Earth. Living Armor trying to do what it can, but it can't do enough. Fucking Matt will drop. Nicely done, and now they can push mid, but now Quantic think they never expect us now, and they might be looking for someone. They might be looking for something. They find the bear gets cursed, but still was able to be summoned back because, of course, he doesn't take damage from it at the start, so he can just be pulled back. And
no Nature's Prophet, 35 seconds. Like, they can make something happen. I don't know if they can push all the way, though.
Well, they'll try, and there's no tier 3 anymore, but well, with the bear, with the Edict, I think Quantic has to take the fight outside of their base to be able to keep their racks safe, because without it they can't do it.
Actually, yeah, there's still 15 seconds. Nice cogs.
Yeah, trying to delay the push, which is all that they want to do, because Nature's Prophet back would allow them to maybe take something in return, even if Empire still goes up the high ground with the Nature's Prophet there. They don't have a Roar for another 15 seconds, though.
They decided not to go without the Roar and not try to push through the cogs too hard. There's the pipe, and here's the fight.
Yeah, the cogs already lock in. The Chen doesn't really matter that much. So Global Silence and Tangle, the cooldown still comes down, and then Blow Your Brain with the BKB on. But it is a bit too much. We see the Chen go down. We see J4 go down. Roar goes off on fucking Matt, but he is just standing there invisible, and he is doing just fine. Goblak might not be so lucky. Goes for Light of Heaven. Gets a bit of extra HP from that leech sheet there, but has to run before the entangles hit, and it's Light of Heaven as well as Blow Your Brain that are the last ones alive, and there is no gem anymore up on the Empire team, which they had before. So Goblak able to get himself away. Buyback on Scannel up on the...
They're trying to catch Light.
Beastmaster, yeah.
I don't think they can do it, though.
Beastmaster buying back, obviously, to defend his racks, because those were going to get pushed in. But Quantic defend their racks also, and they only take down the Silencer, or they only lose the Silencer, basically, who already got his ultimate off before the fight started, which was great.
That Aghanim Scepter Silencer is kind of no joke. Yeah, it takes 960 mana from the... If it hits it, it does hit everybody, guaranteed, of course, and it does good damage, and I think we might be seeing why the Aghanim's Nature's Prophet is in play, finally. They were always intending to go Ag Silencer. The idea is, at the very beginning of a fight, you use Global Silence and Wrath of Nature, and then you end up fighting, your team starts at full health, and the other team starts at what, like 50%?
Yep. I mean,
that's a fight that's sometimes hard to lose.
You have got a Hand of God and a Mechanism, but if you drain enough mana from the Chen, he won't have mana to do that.
That's true, because Chen, of course, Hand of God is a very expensive mana ability.
Yeah.
Even at level 2, it's 300 of his 913 mana. When you add Mechanism to the field, so that's another 150, he needs half his mana pool just for heals.
Yep. And something that you have to now save for if you know what you're going to be up against. We do have Shoxka sitting invisible here, with the Invis rune will be visible straight away, so they have to be careful. That's the faith that's going to be there, and the bear is on the chase. Hey, they changed the bear as well.
Poor stuff.
Look at the bear's paws.
They're bluer.
Yes!
Good call.
They're bluer. They have like markings on the panda bear.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, well...
I think it's probably a new visual effect for Rabid, maybe?
No, I think it's a more... Well, maybe. Let's see if it runs out. Because we're gonna run out soon.
We're such good casters. We're paying attention to the most important thing.
Very much so. But here is the rabbit that goes off. And yeah, oh, you're right. Awesome. Called it. Okay, they're going for Goblak though. The Goblak has the gem. He has to start running right now, otherwise he's gonna be in trouble. I think the smoke is up there, the roar is there. If he there's the Nature's guys, the roar is still there, the axes will fly, Split Earth is there as well. They know he's there. Edict goes on, Nova goes on, they know he's standing there. He is running now though. He should be able to get himself away. And that is really nicely done.
He's totally safe. That's so pro. I love Treant Protector. People are gonna get so sick of this hero Sheever. People are gonna get so mad at him, but I will always love him, I'm telling you right now.
Oh, well. And by the way, what you said about the Aghanims is by Nature's Prophet and Silencer, it reminded me of a strat that you see sometimes in pubs where you have and a Nature's Prophet with an Aghanims, and a Zeus with an Aghanims, and a Spectre. And then the Spectre goes Hunt, and the Zeus goes Ulti, and then you put the Nature's Prophet Ultimate that goes through everything as well, and that's just...
That's no joke, frankly. That's an old MYM strategy, the global dodo, and you add Zeus and stuff, like, that's pretty seriously good. It's more of a gimmick these days, because it's hard to find farm for that many people for all their ags, but we've seen teams do that, actually.
If
it could come back.
If it wasn't the fact that it was actually Quantic that banned out the Zeus, I would say that Empire knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, if Empire had banned the Zeus, it would have been anti-Globo Dodo, but
Yes.
You're right, it was Quantic.
It was Quantic that banned it out. It looks like Quantic will also take the Roshan, though. Empire not going to be able to be there in time, I think, to do anything about it. With the Desolator there, that is going down fairly fast. There is a ward here, so it is scouted out, but Roshan already down to half HP, and before Empire is actually fully there, I think it's going to be too late. Maybe they want to take a fight after that, though. Sharpska already placed some cogs, making sure that nobody gets close. Funzy picking up the Aegis. And that is already that. Hook shot and gets the Chan, but the Global Silence goes on instantly. Whoa, they need to go in now, otherwise it's a waste of Global Silence. Everybody with Curse, but, well...
I would gotta say miscommunication on that.
Yes.
Not necessary to use that silence. That's 2.5 minutes that they, I think, have to play pretty defensively now.
Yes, I think so too. I mean, they can't really... Nah. They can't really go up against Empire right now. If Empire gets their team fight and actually wants to fight, they are so strong. And especially without that Global Silence.
It's funny because the thing, though, is they can anti-push so hard with Nature's Prophet Ultimate.
Yes.
Like, that's why you always see nobody has gone to this top lane, but it keeps threatening the Raxes for Empire, simply because Funzy is spamming out that Aghanim Scepter, and that's causing a lot of pressure on Empire to not be able to push. And that gives them this time to actually let their cooldowns expire.
Oh, they're going for J4. Here comes fucking Mad.
No
Come
way.
on. He doesn't
No
even...
way.
What?
I don't think he can go for that. It's too scary.
Well, he stopped, so rightfully so. Silent and Strokeska were around there as well, though, with the hook, but chose not to go in. We do have an Assault Grass now on Nature's Prophet, so he has got some extra armor, and especially important in those fights to just give themselves a bit of extra survivability against the Gyrocopter, who is their biggest threat at the moment. Gyrocopter, who's got 1600 gold, who has got a BKB, which we already saw, but other than that, not really that much. Assault Grass also up on the other side, though, so Light of Heaven just going complete aura build after the Vlad's picking up that Assault Cuirass. And back in the mid lane, all 5 of Empire looking for that Rax once again.
Yeah, yet again, the third concerted attempt on the Rax, and Global Silence still 40 seconds, so they have a little bit of a timing window where this could work. But keep in mind he has Aegis. If he dies in a fight and then later still uses the Global Silence, it could still work out for Quantic. Let's see.
Let's see indeed. The cogs already go on. Bear doing some damage to them. If they kill off that bear twice, of course, that will be a big blow as well, and that will basically shut Empire's pushing down. And they are going for that bear. Look at that bear, already down to half HP. He has to be very careful. Almost has to resummon it already. There goes the pipe. They know that they can't send the bear anymore. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's gone again.
He is gone again. Can they actually pause though? Because didn't they use up all the pause
I don't
time?
know if they can pause. Yeah. I don't know.
This is going to be a very long VOD, and the game is not even that long.
My god. They have another game after this, too.
True, yeah, they're in the defense? I think so.
No, it's Premier League didn't finish on time on Sunday because there was a 90-something
yeah, you're right.
game.
Against EG, they have to go up again.
Yeah, so they have a third-place decider in the Premier League.
Yeah, is this best out of 1, though, right?
That's a great question. I think it's best out of 1, yeah.
Yeah, because I put it on my
But
side
still,
best out of 1.
are they just going to play with a stand-in? I don't know.
No, they go anyway. In comes the
Leak.
microing Goblak in play. As you wish, says Empire. They'll take that gladly. They'll try to start on the racks. They'll try to go for those barracks. Fortification already going through. There goes the Global Silence. The hook shot in. Gets the cogs with 2 in there. Scan on J4. Sharkska goes down real fast. So on the mechanism there, the bear will still go down in the back end and blow your brain. Hand of God. Cooldown. But down he goes. Anyway, just like J4, it is 3 dead, 4 dead on the side of Empire with a buyback from the Chen to make sure he still put out that Hand of God. Light of Heaven is the last one alive here on the side of Empire. Buyback from J4. Light of Heaven tries to TP out. Will not be able to do so though, because he'll go down. Disconnected or not, fucking Mad takes the kill.
And it's interesting that they've chosen, and I say they because this seems like a collective team choice because he's been offline half the time. They've chosen to just build him AFK, like AFK right click and AFK spam R. And it's actually working out great. He does amazing damage, 200 damage in auto attack and Desolator to reduce armor. But overall the story right now is just, that Silencer Ag's ultimate, it's no joke.
No joke. It lasts also a second longer, and even though that second, you think, it's just a second, it has such a big impact. Jen went down before he could use his Hand of God, forced to buy back, because he needed to use that Hand of God.
Yeah, it was a good buyback, but still.
Yeah, and I mean, Blow Your Brain, he was in, the fight was split up a lot as well, because of those cogs that were still there, of course, locking in Scandal and J4, and just splitting the fight up in two, which made sure that Blow Your Brain was actually on the wrong side of the cogs, and he was fighting 4-on-1, while in the back end Silent did the same thing, but he wasn't only 4-on-1, actually he was 3-on-1 rather. He also had the Global Silence helping out, and the Nature's Wrath really helping out, and I mean that's something that Blow Your Brain can't really count on because, Blow Your Brain, a lot of trouble here. Maybe we're gonna see an Overgrowth there, locking up on 2, that would be a good possibility to go in.
No,
they just Prophet TP's out. They actually are not going to go for that. Go back, just making sure that his team's
that Empire aren't bringing more detection around. They do have a couple sentries now, but still.
Didn't they have a gem at some point and that got taken over?
It did get taken. Goblak is just scouting with Treant.
Yeah. Yeah, the gem that is actually on the Treant is the one that I was from Chen.
He missed Nature's Guys.
This is troublesome for him. He has to run. He has to go invisible right now, but he doesn't. He tries to fight it. Mechanism helps out. He TP's in his off his AFK Nature's Prophet. He does go down, but nice sacrifice. You gotta imagine
they can buy
that.
Back
yeah, they no, you can't. How are you gonna buy back your offline hero? You can't buy back for someone else. That is not possible in the game.
Stupid, Sheever. If they win because of this, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. They're smoking up, so if they can find Silent, this could be a win.
Yes. They have to find Silent though, and he's pretty far away. He's also pretty survivable with that butterfly that he has now.
Yeah, he's very survivable, but not against 4 people.
And he runs also the wrong way. Actually, no, he runs the right way because Empire took a detour and they might find Shukska, but he can maybe hook himself. Oh, hello.
No, he's so screwed. He doesn't have buyback. He does have buyback. He has 50.
And he can actually press the button.
He can actually press the button, which, for some reason, in this game, that matters.
Yes, it is quite interesting. Quite unorthodox as well. Silent pushes in the top lane as well, forcing Light of Heaven back, so Empire can't really go for a new push just yet, and that helps him as well. Silent will be TPing himself out, should be TPing himself out, I would say. And that bird will actually scout him out. He has to TP out right now, otherwise he might be in a lot of trouble, and he has to run.
Yeah, he's got to run. They are playing really, they're taking so many chances, considering they have 4 people. I'm really shocked by how many chances this team is taking. He could have TP'd easily, but decided, you have a Beastmaster Hawk, it can scout you out.
Yeah. Maybe they want to be good mannered and not fight up against someone that has an offline hero. You don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. My world is falling apart right now.
Well, Nature's Prophet still farming, even though AFK. He is doing pretty nicely. He's, I believe, still on top of the gold per minute. Yes, he is. 619 gold per minute. A Blink Dagger actually picked up by Beastmaster. So that's going to be nice for initiation.
Yeah.
Net worth is not highest for the Nature's Prophet though, because we can't see that. Because you don't see offline people's items in the net worth. That is so annoying because I really think that he is very high.
If he gets an abandon, I actually think that's bad for them because they might wanna spend out his gold before he abandons.
You don't get
just
abandons.
So that they can get. You don't get in tournament matches, right? You're right. Of course not.
Right? You don't lose your gold.
I don't know what I'm watching, Sheever. But actually, that's really good because they do want more items in this Nature's Prophet. I think just more right-click auto attack. I think is perfect to get on him at this point.
Yeah. Well, Nature's Prophet is alive. Oh, Godblack. Oh, do you really want to do this again? I mean, I feel like I'm watching a deja vu or something.
Deja vu of what?
Deja vu of Godblack sacrificing the Nature's Prophet on the bottom lane. Oh, he blinks forward and TP's out. Better.
Blink Treant. We haven't seen Blink Treant in a while. Usually they've built more... Actually, I think it's been a couple of times. I just haven't watched the games. But the very first Pro Treant game we saw, the disaster that LGD Int attempted to enact was Blink Primary. Because Blink Overgrowth does a lot less than you'd think it would. But Blink is useful for things like escaping, etc., etc. You can also Blink from tree to tree. So that gives you even more
skies. Yes.
Yep. While stealth, it won't unstealth you.
So both teams playing fairly passive right now. Quantic heavily in favor of the gold. We have got about 16.5k in favor of Quantic. That is a quite substantial amount, though of course a lot of that is in an AFK/offline Nature's Prophet. We also have the experience graph going the way of Quantic, and that's of course because the last two fights were taken by Quantic, even though initiated by Empire. And Silencer picking up a Lincoln Sphere. That will be him invulnerable for the Roar, which is big.
That is actually really, really huge. When they can't secure an Aegis, and at this point, either team trying to go for Aegis is going to be really scary. We might see them do it. I mean, it's 1 minute and change until the next Roshan, but either way, yeah, this is the first tournament level Silencer Lincoln Sphere. That's very interesting, but it's great in this game, honestly. That Roar, probably the big equalizer here. If Empire had led with the Roar on Silencer, that's how they win a fight, because no global silence completely changes it. And that's what the Blink Dagger is intended to do, and that's what the Lincolns is intended to cancel. One other thing I have to note, once they see this Lincolns, you're going to see Blow Your Brain start to spam this homing missile. I actually would recommend he level it, just to make sure he always has the cooldown available to cancel the Lincolns, because it will stop the Lincolns as soon as you cast it, not when it hits. So you can use homing, then Blink Roar.
Yeah, one thing that I also want to point out, I mean, we see a very rich Nature's Prophet, and he keeps spamming out these abilities. One extra downside of having a disconnected hero, apart from, you know, the whole fact that he is disconnected, you can't actually spend his gold. So he'll have his 7.1k gold until he reconnects. Or, yeah. So we'll see. They're going for Roshan. And Empire has no idea, because they came in here with the Force Staff and with the TP. And even though they wouldn't have seen it anyway because they don't have any wards, so yeah, that is Silent picking up the Aegis. Nice. Really nice. He's got 6.2k gold, by the way, so also pretty rich. Yeah. Really
nice, actually. Getting a free Roshan there gives them an enormous advantage, honestly. Cheese for Silencer now. I would have liked to see Cheese on Luna and Aegis on Silencer, but it's just as fine the other way around too.
Yeah, someone's really microing this Nature's Prophet hard.
7,500 gold now for a Nature's Prophet. I know.
And 4.8k is unreliable. That's pretty big. Oh, that's a Satanic ready up on the Luna. So that's her item of choice. Leaves no gold for buyback though.
Yeah, buying out for it. Maybe they feel that.
Obviously.
The other thing is Empire is going to have a really hard time actually going again, like trying to high ground. Yeah. They're going on Blow Your Brain, really?
Yeah, oh, and Tangle up on Godlike though. Nature's Guy still keeping him alive for now, because no vision. There you go.
Still no vision.
An interesting gen creep as they pick up a slowing hero, the Ghost. By the way, that's something that you don't see every day.
Yeah.
But then again, we're seeing a lot of things that you don't see every day.
We are seeing a lot of things that you don't see every day, but you know, this Ghost Scepter for Lishrak is absolutely fantastic. You can still use it while you're under global silence, so that's what prevents you just getting slain by Luna during that period of time. And the other thing he's making, he has Point Booster and Ogre Club, but my guess is this is BKB and not Ags. He's probably going to make the BKB. Keep in mind, you can only BKB or Ghost Scepter, not both, so it's going to have to require some careful timing if this Lishrak does reach BKB to understand when he needs to use one and when he needs to use the other.
Yeah, Riku purchased a new gem, by the way, and I mean, I didn't mean the Ghost Scepter, I meant the actual ghost that Riku was carrying around.
Right.
Because that's a creep that's like, okay, he slows, that's really nice. Oh, they find one. They won't go for it, though.
Illusion.
Pretty tanky illusion.
It is. I mean,
look at the bouncing blaze, Blow Your Brain. Able to pick it off. Blow Your Brain actually picked up an MKB, so that butterfly of Luna won't be hurting him anymore. He will be able to actually hit Silent right now, which is great. Until he realizes that the moment that she's getting low, she just pops the Satanic and just gets back to full HP, but oh well.
I mean, if they ever come back, fucking Matt will be able to pick up so many great items, you don't even know, man. And then here they go. I think, because Empire really can't push into Aegis Cheese. It's not advisable. So the onus is on Quantic now to choose when they want to push, and it seems like that time might be coming.
Yep, and they're not even waiting for fucking Mad. I thought maybe they were still trying to hold on until fucking Mad was back, but look at Silent. He's just standing here. These ranged racks, the bouncing blades, the buildings. Holy crap, that's gonna be painful. Split Earth still stops Silent for a little while. There goes the global silence. Blow Your Brain already picked up on the sidelines, and that wasn't even Silent that was involved in that. That was just a right-clicking offline Nature's Prophet. That's one set of racks completely gone. And a gyrocopter bought back. And look at the HP bars of the heroes. They were all so low, but they didn't get directly attacked, because that is the bouncing blades of Silent.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, honestly. Quantic, they feel in control, and frankly, they are in control. After those couple team fights that they defended at mid, the pressure was off. The pressure came completely off. They hit that Aghanim Scepter on Silencer, and they were just able to take more and more control, and even with an offline Nature's Prophet.
Well, the offline Nature's Prophet is really hurting. Scandal, Hand of God, keeps him up for a little while longer. They do want to take down that Nature's Prophet, and they are able to do so. And Shokska goes down Silent, and Dangled, and Aegis gets popped, and he is by himself, and you can't buy back the Nature's Prophet, even though he has a lot of gold, and that is gonna be nice. Overgrowth Silent, no, he starts just gassing, and the bouncing blades, he's able to pick up one, turns on the Satanic, wants to go for more. Blow Your Brain has to run from this already. It is J4 that's still around there, pops to go, Scepter Silent will end up going down. A lot of damage was taken, but only one went down, and now it is the last one to go down. That was an entire team wipe, because I do believe that the Silencer went down there as well. It wasn't even...
He left, actually. He did not go down, because he still has cheese. He just ditched, and yeah, actually, Empire successfully punishing Quantic, finally. They gotta make something happen with this. There's buyback available for Treant, buyback available for Luna. At the very least, they need to force those. And also, I mean, Empire got unlucky. The Beastmaster wouldn't have died if there were just a couple more entangles, but Light of Heaven... got snake eyes on entangles there. He got barely any.
Yeah, we do of course have got over 9k gold. It was actually over 10k when he died, but so much unreliable gold just caused him to, you know, lose a lot of it. But he can't buy back. That is such a shame. You'd really want to have your Nature's Prophet back at this point, I think.
Oh yeah, no question. It's a shame for Quantic. Empire got to be like, yes, no buyback. Because if Nature's Prophet had re-entered that fight, you could very
that would have turned around. Yeah, you're right.
What an odd game. Light of Heaven accidentally smacking his bear, almost denying it there. He's a little bit of rage being taken out here by Light of Heaven.
Well, that's what
Bear has MKB too, so like they have a lot to choose through that butterfly for Luna.
The bear only just got MKB. We did see, of course, it not doing that much in the previous fight at the start. I mean, we just saw Silent. He was just bashing on the racks and nobody stopped him. And Blow Your Brain came in from the other side and they just put that Nature's Prophet on him and he just melted. He did buy back, of course, and in the end they did win that fight. The question is what are they gonna get instead right now?
Yeah, and actually the only buyback used in that fight was actually Blow Your Brain, so he doesn't have one for 3 minutes. Quantic end up skating away with all of their buybacks. They didn't have to use any because Empire simply could not successfully counterpush quickly enough. Keep in mind they still have cheese as well. If Quantic secure another free Roshan, they get another Aegis and another cheese, it's going to be brutal for Empire to chew through that much HP.
Crystal is picked up by Silent. I mean, Empire, they need to do something, and they are trying to take down the tier 2 top. But at this moment, I don't think Quantic is going to be sad with exchanging a tier 2 top for a tier 3 bottom, because that's where they are heading. And they do, of course, have the Nature's Prophet there as well again, so he can continue split pushing. He is actually already at the bottom lane, and Treants are created, and they just want to do this. They are going to force Empire back, because if you're going to be doing a base race with this team, Quantic will win.
Yeah, they...
Even with the bear. Oh, cooldown comes down. The war still
AFK
goes up on the offline Nature's Prophet. Armor will keep him safe for a little while. The cogs go off. The global silence as well. They're looking for targets, but the overgrowth is there. And Blow Your Brain already got picked up before the global silence is off. Light of Heaven goes down as well. And that is 2 and 3 on the sideline for Empire. And this is a wipe. If this Chen goes down as well, J4 actually buys back, but the Rex are already down. What can he do right now? He gets a curse, he gets a losing beam, he gets a lot of hits, and he has to walk back into his fountain.
No way.
And one
without buyback
Rex
on Blow, this can't possibly happen. No buyback on Light of Heaven either. I mean, well, this was a long game's journey into weird, Sheever, but it is over.
Yeah, we have, by the way, we've got a 20k gold advantage in favor of Quantic. 13k of that is on the Nature's Prophet. I just want to point that out.
Radiant's middle tower.
So that gold's being put to work.
Look
no
at the
doubt.
net worth of Nature's Prophet. It's only the gold that he has in his inventory, and he's still higher than and the Beastmaster and
That's
the Channel
actually
Shrek.
amazing. He's 5th on net worth based on his
Based on
coin
only
purse.
his gold in his inventory. Yeah.
Whop it out, indeed.
Oh
Whop
god.
it out, regardless of whether you are actually playing Dota at any given point in time. Loads of money.
Loads of money.
He's the top GPM. What a game. What a game, Sheever.
Oh.
Can't say GG, but it certainly was G.
Yeah, it was enjoyable, entertainable, for sure.
Yes.
Yes. This was also the last game of the evening, by the way, for StarLadder Season 6. We have more games coming for you tomorrow. They start at 1600. Tomorrow, it will be Alliance taking on Power Rangers, the Na'Vi versus Rock's Kiss, KP versus IC Cup, and KP versus Mouse. Also, so 4 games tomorrow. And, yeah, well, of course, I wasn't here by myself, but we have got K-poptosis. He was providing you with all the stats for today. Do you want to do any shout-outs, K-pop, or you gonna type them out? He was our stats man, of
Yeah, where's
course.
the shoutouts?
Is he typing the shoutouts? We need to give him a bit of
I don't
time.
know.
He's
I don't see
preparing
any
them. You know?
shoutouts.
I don't see any shoutouts yet. But
are
of
the
course, if you want to
shoutouts?
follow him on Twitter, you can do that. It is twitter.com/kpoptosis without the hyphen. Of course, my co-caster, he might want to do... Oh, no shoutouts. There we go. He might want to do some shoutouts and plugins, as he is Vykromond at twitter.com/Vykromond. So you can follow him there. And where can people find you otherwise and
Sure.
stuff?
So I've got a website, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I actually forgot to pay the domain re-registration for my website, but it's fixed now, so I do actually have a website.
Good.
And you can find that all at VYKROMOND. Thanks for watching. Shoutouts to you, Sheever, for letting me co-cast. It was very, very fun. I'm glad I came in for this whatever it is we just watched. Shoutouts to, of course, the StarLadder administration. The reason people might complain about they unpaused, etc., but it's exactly these rules that make this one of the best administrated tournaments. I mean, they don't try to sort of say, oh, well, we'll special case this or that. They have rules, they stick to them, they enact them, and honestly, that's a big deal from a tournament perspective. So thanks to the admins, MTRX for you, X34 Meg, Casper Velat, the casters, of course, they do amazing work, even all throughout the day, and they're fantastic. So thanks to them for letting me co-cast as well, and thanks to the viewers. Thanks to everybody in Dota TV. We appreciate you guys watching in game, even through the pauses. Thanks to people in Twitch TV. We had some pretty interesting chats throughout this last game, because I think people who bet on the game, when you bet on a game, you don't want to see it get this weird. You want something nice and predictable. So in that respect, that was definitely fun. Twitch viewer shout out of the day for me is Parabolic Lover. Had some nice things to say in chat during some of the early games. I think he may have signed off before this insanity, but nonetheless, thanks to everybody. Peace out.
I actually have a shout out for Twitch viewers as well, as I normally don't, but I do have one. I think he's already gone, but it is Kelox, the admin who has passed the bar, so to speak. Well, not really the bar, but he did.
Oh, wow.
He's a doctor now. He got his PhD,
Nice.
So congrats to him. As we're seeing a lot less of him, since he doesn't have to spend all his day behind the PC anymore. But shout out to him anyway for all the work he's put in. Look, he's still there. See, he's doing topics and such.
Nice.
Awesome. And yeah, of course, you can find me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. You can also check out my website, SheeverGaming.com. And of course, you can tune in back tomorrow at 1800 CST time for Alliance versus Power Rangers for more StarLadder action. It will then be day number 20. There's a total of 27 days rather of StarLadder. So this is the second last Friday that we're gonna see. So next week Friday is the last Friday of StarLadder Season 6 for the group stages before we head ourselves over to Kiev. Anyways, well, I'm not heading myself over, unfortunately. I'll be sitting here, but the teams will. 4 of them, anyway. Next thing, we'll probably be playing some pubs, but I might also grab some food. As you might notice, my focus is a bit faltering here. So let's jump ourselves out of this game, and I'll give you some music, I'll give you some commercials, and I'll also tell you where you can watch more competitive Dota, as of course the night is not over just yet, so stick around for just a while longer.
And shoutouts to not being online. Shoutouts to that.
Not being online?
Yeah, because you don't need to win games.
Oh yeah,
just,
obviously.
just be offline.
Offline win
All right,
games.
see you, Sheever. Thanks so much.
Yeah, later.